Okay, we're going to rank 10 movies, random horror movies. I just asked if they're horror. And you get to pick, okay? So if I've seen the movie, then I'll put it in the list, all right? So we'll do, you know what, I'll do 2 honorable mentions too for you, okay? We're going to do it on the fly. Okay, go. Okay, Halloween Ends. All right, we'll put it on here. Terrifier 2. The Thing. Oh, this is going to be a good ranking. Scream 2, Rosemary gets it. I haven't seen Day of the Dead, so I can't put that on there. Halloween 5, Joseph. All right, I'll put Halloween 5 in there. Why not? No more Halloween movies, though, guys, okay? You're next. Poltergeist. Ooh, night. That's a good one. Poltergeist. Boy, this is going to be a tough freaking ranking. It's going to be tough. Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Justin gets Night of the Creeps. This might be the greatest ranking of all time. Barbarian, Matt. Let's do it. 2 more, guys. 2 honorable mentions, all right? Brooke, I haven't seen Killer Clowns from Outer Space. I haven't seen Puppet Master. Ben, let me in. Thank you. Let me in. We're going to do the remake. All right, and 1 more. Charlotte Gore gets it with Smile. So, and what I'll do is along the way, I'll take off my selections. Okay, so, all right, so out of that list, and you play along too, okay? So what's your first, what's the worst movie out of that list, okay? Your first honorable mention. Let's see. Out of that list, I got to go, well, I think it's easy. Yeah, I got to go Halloween 5. Yeah, and I love Halloween 5. But, yeah, I mean, if we're talking about, great movies, no. Amongst that list, Halloween 5, no, it's got to go. You know, Halloween 5, it just has way too many problems, right? To be on that list. To be at the top of the list. There's no way. And guys, I'm a Halloween 5 fan. I love the movie. But, yeah, it against that crowd, I mean, you guys gave me the movies. It's a stacked freaking list. So, all right, what's your next one, guys? I'm going to go with, wow. I'll go I'll go Smile. And that should tell you how good this list is, because Smile's great. I think the reason I put it next on this list is because I do think it falls flat in the final act. You know, and I think that's all according to what you're wanting. If you're wanting more of a literal creature, then maybe. And usually I do want that, but I think I liked the whole suspense angle of Smile better. Now we're getting into the top 10. Austin hated Smile. Smile and Barbarian basically had the same monster. Man, I guess I gotta go I'll go Barbarian. Just because Barbarian, I loved it, but it's one of those movies I still haven't had the urge to watch it again. But one thing I will say about Barbarian is I loved the misdirection in that movie. I loved how it always kept you guessing, and you didn't always agree with the direction it went, you know? You were on board because you wanted to find out what was going next, what was happening next. And so I got to give it credit for that. It was fun. Fachi, what's up, brother? He says it needed more Skarsgård. I'm not going to spoil anything because some of you might not have seen Barbarian. I will say it took, no character was safe. Let's put it that way, okay? No character was safe. Were there some stupid decisions in the movie? Maybe. And maybe that's why it's down a notch on this list. But Night, you're right. The twist is really great. But also, I will say Justin Long steals the show. He is hilarious in this movie. And you didn't when you went into the movie, you didn't expect it to be a comedy, that much comedy. But Justin Long proves why he is a horror treasure. Okay? I'll say that. All right, guys. So that's 3. Now we're on number 9. Number 9, we have excluded Halloween 5, Smile, and Barbarian. I guess I'm gonna go Let Me In. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Zoe's movie reviews there. Zoe's movie reviews. Let Me In. And let me just say, guys, it's probably not in my top 5 remakes, if somebody told me it was in their top 5 remakes, I wouldn't argue with them. I think it really captures the essence of the original quite well. The original Let Me In, or Let the Right One In, is probably one of my all-time favorite vampire movies. Will I respect myself in the morning? I guess I got to do it, right? It's between, I'll tell you right now, guys, it's between You're Next and Halloween Ends. I guess I'm going to go, I'll go You're Next. I'll go You're Next. You guys gave me this list, okay? Don't freaking blame me, all right? You want to give me a freaking hard as hell list? That's what you're doing. And you're making me have to, it's like having to pick my children. Man, You're Next. I hate to freaking cross it off. It's that good. It was one of the biggest surprises of that year, 2011. Is there anything bad about You're Next? No, not really. Not really. Man, it's tough. I mean, we got freaking Sharni Vincent, one of the greatest final girls ever. If I had to give a negative, maybe the Killers were kind of canceled out by how awesome she was. Maybe they canceled each other out because there's 3 of them. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. Maybe it got a little bit too Scooby-Dooey with the boyfriend turning out to be bad. Maybe that's what it is. Because it's a great freaking slasher. It's really good. All right. So next one, I guess this will be easy. I'll say Halloween Ends. And my God, I have been on a Halloween Ends justice tour for pretty much since it came out. But, I mean, it's, this is how stacked this list is. But, man, I do love Halloween Ends to death. It's probably in my top 5, top 6 Halloween movies. I like that they tried something different. I'll make this short because I just did a freaking 25-minute revisited on it. So, you know how I feel about it. Yeah, I love it. I'm you know what? Is it the perfect ending to that trilogy? No. Like I said, I call it a coda. I don't call it the ending. Yeah, Halloween Ends is great, though. I do love it. And I stand by that. And I keep having people, commenters, saying I'm lying, that I don't really like the movie, why would you say that? What would that do for me if I actually was, like, if it's a movie that's split down the middle, half the audience likes it, half the audience loves it, what does it get you by lying and saying you like it when you don't, or saying you don't like it when you do? They kind of cancel each other out, right? So it doesn't make any sense. All right. So, yeah, that was our number 7. Okay, guys, big guns here. Okay, big freaking guns. Number 6, we got Terrifier 2, The Thing, Scream 2, Poltergeist, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Well, it's easy for me. I'm going to go Scream 2. Yeah, maybe it gets easier. I don't know. Okay? Yeah, I'm going to go Scream 2. And I will say, I've had a weird relationship with Scream 2 because there was a time when Scream 2 was my least favorite Scream movie. I kid you not. This is before Scream 6 came out. But there was a time when it was my least favorite Scream movie. It took me quite a few watches, and then I finally, something clicked. And I finally ended up loving the movie. And one of the reasons, I love the final act. And maybe because with every new Scream movie, we get these silly final acts that kind of makes it fall off a cliff. Scream 2, that final act was locked, stocked, ready to rock. It fit perfectly in with the story. Loved how Mrs. Loomis was completely batshit crazy, but for the right reasons. She's insane. And I loved Mickey. Timothy Olyphant. I loved his reasoning, how he wanted to blame the movies, right? Great stuff. That final act is awesome, and there's just a constant great build. I think it's a great college slasher. Matter of fact, Scream 6 is trying to be a college slasher, but I always forget that it is because it's so muddied up by so much bullshit. Whereas Scream 2, it's like freaking painted college the whole way. You don't even question, right? So, yeah, Laurie Metcalf was freaking awesome. You are right, Knight. Yeah. Ooh, damn. I gotta go. Shit. God, this is tough. I'll tell you right now, it's either Night of the Creeps or Poltergeist. Okay? Jesus, I'll go Poltergeist. God damn it, that it hurts, guys. It stings to put that. I'll go Poltergeist, all right? Damn you, guys. I blame you. I learned it by watching you, all right? I'm just going to like shout out movie quotes as we go, okay? So now we got Terrifier. Well, I already know. It's going to be Night of the Creeps. And Thrill Me, I mean, Jesus. I have such fond memories of Night of the Creeps. I remember watching it on HBO constantly back in the day. I think it's when I fell in love with Tom Atkins. He is the coolest badass ever. I didn't know they could do that in horror movies. Have this guy, I guess, like, you know, kind of like Ash, Tom Atkins. Guys, and here's, let me ask you a question, all right? Let's get real, all right? Let's get real right now. Tom Atkins or Bruce Campbell? Give me the answer. I need your answer right now. Tom Atkins or Bruce Campbell? And really think about this, okay? Think about this, all right? Because Tom Atkins, he's been in more than one property and been a total badass. I'm definitely going to go Tom Atkins. That's my guy. Tom Atkins all the way. You can't go. I mean, guys, just think about how many cool characters he's played, right? He's always a badass. Even when he's like on paper, it's not supposed to be a badass. Because Tom plays it, he's a badass, right? Like in The Fog, he plays Nick Castle, funny enough. That's his character's name, Nick Castle in The Fog. And on paper, that's supposed to be just like, you know, your lead male. But it's Tom Atkins. And he can't help but be a fucking badass. All right, so now, okay, big guns here, guys, okay? Big freaking gun. And guys, does this tell you something about Halloween Ends that I'm not totally biased, okay? We crossed Halloween Ends out pretty early on in this, all right? I'm not delusional, okay? I'm not saying Halloween Ends is the greatest freaking horror movie of all time, all right? I'm freaking realistic about this, okay? I that's why I did this countdown, so you know that I'm not like goo goo gaga over Halloween Ends, but, you know, I'm calling a spade a spade. I like the movie. That's all there is to it, damn it. Texas Chainsaw Massacre. We got 3 movies, guys. That's it. This is exciting. What is it? Texas Chainsaw Massacre, The Thing, or Terrifier 2? Whoo, man, that is tough. That is tough. Texas, you know, that's 1974. That's horror royalty. That is one of the most important horror films ever made. Okay, so do we weigh it on that? Or do we weigh it on just how, like, completely badass a slasher Terrifier 2 is? And how balls to the wall it is. And it's 2.5 hours long. And it makes no apologies. Damn. You know what, guys? This is actually pretty easy. I got to take Texas Chainsaw Massacre is number 3. And I stand by everything I just said about it. It is easily... I'd even say, guys, is Texas Chainsaw Massacre one of the scariest horror movies ever made? Is that a fair? I think maybe scary's not the word. Maybe shocking. Right, guys? Is it shocking? I think it is one of the most, like, the first time you see Texas Chainsaw Massacre, you are in shock. Am I right about that, guys? Because I was, when I probably saw it for the first time in the 80s, somewhere around there, but I was like, wow, this, like, by the end when they're like screaming their freaking faces off. So, we're down to Terrifier 2 and The Thing. All right, guys, what is it? You tell me right now, what is number 1? All right, don't even tell me what's number 2. Just, I want to see what you guys say. What is number 1? Is it The Thing or Terrifier 2? Okay, so yeah, for me, I think it's easy. But both these movies are 5 out of 5. But one of them is a unicorn. Okay? One of them is a unicorn, and that is The Thing. But, you know, to talk both up, I'll tell you right now, we'll start with Terrifier 2. Coming off of Terrifier 1, it took me a couple watches to get on board with it, and I don't know about love, but I did like Terrifier 1. I don't think it was perfect. But I do think it established Art as a contender for one of the greatest horror characters ever created. You know, he wasn't like, you know, prime time bitch yet with the first one, but when the second one came around, guys, and I need your answer: is Art at the level of Michael, Freddy, and Jason for you, or is he still not there for you? You know, be fair. This isn't a time thing. You know, this is just overall broad strokes, lining up your horror characters. Is he up there with Michael, Freddy, and Jason, or can that never be encroached upon? You know, will Michael, Freddy, and Jason stay that way? And he might be in like, you know, in like the upper echelon of the B tier for sure. But honestly, I don't think we'll ever see an A level, you know, or maybe you call it the unicorn level. I don't know. Michael, Freddy, and Jason. I don't think anybody will ever jump beside those three. You know, that was a special time in horror. You know, and it all happened in the 80s, pretty much, starting with 78. But Michael, Freddy, and Jason, man, they really. You know what's interesting about Michael? If I'm being non-biased here, because you guys all know I'm a Halloween fanatic, but I think Michael was losing a little bit of his credit. He'll always be in the top for sure, but I think the horror icons, they do kind of, you know, they fluctuate a little bit here and there, given on when the movies come out. But before Halloween 2018, I would have said Jason Voorhees was, of the three, was the more popular. Right, guys? Debatable, even then. After Halloween 2018 and this whole trilogy, not the movies themselves, but just Myers as a character, I think he's the big kahuna now, right, guys? Don't you think he's the big kahuna, or am I wrong? As much as I love Freddy and as much as I love Jason, right now, I think it's Michael. But that doesn't mean they can't overtake him. I think they can. But right now, I think it's Michael. So, yeah. So, of course, The Thing, and you know what? I think it's just poetic to have The Thing be as popular as it is now. Not just popular, but one of the greatest horror films of all time. Like, I mean, let me think about this for a sec. Is The Thing my number 2 greatest horror film of all time? And you know what? The Thing's probably the better movie than Halloween, you know, as far as like what's going on, dealing with paranoia and characters. That's debatable. But man, let's put it this way. If somebody tells me they prefer The Thing over Halloween, I'm not going to argue with them. It's that freaking special, you know? But it's just great that this movie came out and it was bombed royally. Everybody was goo goo gaga for E.T. and nobody wanted to give The Thing a chance. Critics panned it. Carpenter went into a deep depression. All this stuff happened. And then what happens decades later? Probably in the 90s, right, guys? That's when The Thing started coming around. But people in the business, especially in the special effects business, they were already on board with The Thing. And they were probably like scratching their heads like, why isn't this like crazily popular right now? Hey, guys, did you like this? Was this fun? Is this something that you'd like to do? I'll do it like every freaking time if you want. I like that it gave you the power, you know? I like that it gave you... Hell, we could even mix it up and do like shittiest horror movies, and you give me like your worst movie. I think that could be fun, right? That'd be really fun. Maybe, and just kind of mix it up a little bit. What's up, guys? You are at the end of the DDLive clip. What I do is I like to clip these out if I think the topic is important or something that's newsworthy. So thank you for watching. And if you want to watch more, you can go over here. You can go over here, click on one of those. And yeah, hopefully I can do this for 20 seconds, which I think I did. Okay, so yeah, thanks for watching, guys.